I'm going to do choux à la crème now, you know, cream puff with cream, with whipped cream in it, just like my mother used to do. And first, I'm going to do the cream puff dough. Nothing to do with puff paste. Cream puff dough, people tend to confuse. This is a very different thing. You can do that with milk, as I have here, or with water, one or the other. I have 3/4 of a cup of milk here, a little dash of salt, and about 3 tablespoons of butter or so. And I can do quite a lot with this. So you want that to melt together, to come to a boil, and then you want to put your flour. I have 3/4 of a cup of flour, always the same amount of flour than liquid. Liquid, as I say, can be water or milk. Wait until the butter melts. Now the secret of this is that don't try to put your flour slowly. When it's at that point here, you have to dump the flour in one stroke, as I do here, and work it out with a sturdy spoon, like that big wooden spoon that I have here. And work it out into a thick mixture. See, the mixture will kind of lift itself off the bowl practically. I will cook that now 15, 20 seconds or so, or maybe half a minute to dry it out a little bit. See, this is really soft. Usually you mix your eggs. I remember showing that to my wife 45 years ago when we were first married. And I said to mix the eggs in it, and she did, but put her eggs in there. This is way too hot. It cooked the eggs, made a mess out of the thing. And when I came back, I got yelled at. I mean, of course, it was my fault. The point is here. You have to take it out, mix it in another bowl. We are going to do it in the food processor anyway. There, what I will do is make it turn a little bit. For me, I'm doing that just to cool off the dough a little bit. I don't want to cook my eggs. So now I need 3 eggs. And of course, in the food processor, I can put all of the eggs together, which I couldn't do by hand. Now, when apparently they say 1 egg, when it's taken the second egg, when it's taken the third one. But we didn't have beautiful machine like this. Okay. And I don't really think that my mother, again, ever used pastry bag. You know, we use a spoon and a bag, because conventionally that often, for like profiterole and all that, you use a pastry bag. But here I'm going to do it home style, just with a spoon, you know. And conventionally, you top it with a glaze. And the glaze, the best glaze when you do any type of dough for that matter, it's 1 egg plus 1 egg yolk to get. So I take 1 egg here and I remove maybe 1/3 of the egg white. So that gives me about the same proportion here. The egg white will make it shiny, and the egg yolk will make it brown, you know. And that will go into the oven like 400, 375, 400, for a good 30, 40 minutes, you know, 40 minutes probably. And that's it. I'm putting that in the oven. You know, the secret with the choux is that when you cook them, they inflate like this. If you open the door all the time, they may start deflating. And also, particularly at the end of the cooking time, if you take them out, they are cooked beautiful. You put them outside, you have air conditioning and all that, they get moisture in. So, you know, often I leave the door open. Sometimes I put a spoon. The door open of my oven is shut off, and I let it cool off, you know, in the oven a little bit till it dries out. In a professional kitchen, it's always kind of hot and around, so it's perfect situation, but not at home. The inside, you can see here. See, this is the perfect way, the way it should be inside. And often I have heard people who remove this when they say, oh, we have to remove this, that's not cooked. Of course this is cooked. Just like noodle is cooked. Noodle is soft, but it's cooked. That dough is cooked here, and that's a good part of it. So this, we're going to stuff it with a little bit of a good jam, in the bottom of it, like this. And then whipped cream, which conventionally, you're going to do with of course, a pastry bag, but at home, my mother would never use a pastry bag. I don't even think she had a pastry bag. It was just piled up. This was at the real choux à la crème. We call that crème chantilly, which is whipped cream, a little dash of vanilla in it, and a dash of sugar. That's about it. So here, you put your cap back on top of it, and maybe a little bit of powdered sugar on top, even if you want. Like those, like the snow in winter. And I have a chocolate sauce here, which is classic. The chocolate sauce, like half a pound of chocolate and a cup and a half of milk. You put that in the microwave oven, heat it up. So bring it from the center here. And the choux on top of it. And this is the very classic choux à la crème with chocolate sauce.